most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe Word with Jason Rouse.
Here we are again. Here's Jason Rouse here on another episode of Roustabout. John Skov-Nielsen. Skov-Nielsen from,
Skov-Nielsen.
I want to say originally from Moncton, but is that true?
No, originally from the Kennebecasis Valley outside of St. John.
No one knows. That's even worse than what I said.
Yeah, it's Moncton.
New Brunswick is the probably closest thing to England on Canada.
New Brunswick is?
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
What's more on the point of that side of the country? The very east.
I thought Nova Scotia
East
was.
coast of the country.
Really?
Let's get out of the bike lane. I've almost had a couple physical confrontations with people on these pathways.
Oh, really?
It gets a little Fury Road out here.
Fury Road. The whole city's Fury Road. I feel like I'm in a post-apocalyptic movie, and I love it. Like,
Yes, well, 6th Street, you haven't even seen it on a weekend.
well, that was it. I was kind of disappointed last night because we walked by. There was nothing.
Was it quiet?
It was very quiet. There was like nobody. Maybe like one homeless person walking around, but I was so disappointed. Like everyone's been talking about this. They're talking about Kill Tony. You talking
Famous
about
last words. These are the people that actually get to see someone get shot while they're in town. Yeah, you're gonna see a full-blown
I have a bingo
shootout.
card, okay?
Well, let's talk about us, John.
All right, let's do it, Rouse.
What I'm gonna say, what are we pushing? 8 years ago was the last time I saw you at the Moncton,
St. John.
St. John, New Brunswick.
Yep.
What was the name of the club? Laughter?
It was Yuck Yucks.
It was Yuck Yucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Yuck Yucks. I did a guest spot.
Yuck Yucks is a large chain of comedy clubs.
You don't remember me.
No, because your girlfriend was with you at that time too.
No, she wasn't.
No?
No.
Maybe did I meet you guys again in Vancouver together?
I don't think you've ever met her, and I've been together for 3 years now.
Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. See, a lot of honestly, like if in the comedy community, friends of mine that get into relationships, I don't respect them.
Okay. I'll just go walk into that lake now.
No.
It's over. Done.
Hey, this is all because of your girlfriend / comedian.
It is.
This whole situation right here. I told you about this, didn't I? Scream this at the phone to you. You're gonna be in Austin
Yeah,
with the Canada Day show, blah blah blah, and then like months later, we'll get back to how we met. But months later, you're here walking around a lonely path here on Lady Bird Lake, and I'm scaring the tourists when I get. You should see when I come running through here, and people grab their babies and just jump out of the way. Moncton, Yuck Yucks. Was it 8 years ago?
St. John. It was like 5 years ago, I think. 4 or 5 years ago.
No, it's got to be longer than that.
I think I've been doing
I don't think
comedy
I've
for
been
5
out.
years.
Well, let's just take a look. How long were you doing stand-up at that time before?
I think I was only doing it for like a year, maybe.
Okay. I do remember you were coming out to the shows. Did you do a spot on the show?
Yeah, I did a guest spot on that show.
Yeah. Because you kind of had the same hair.
Yeah.
To a
I didn't have
degree.
the beard at the time.
Yeah. You had a coiffed.
A coif.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, it's a
Beautiful head of hair, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And your confidence in your gray is spectacular. I respect that. I respect that.
I don't care what color it is as long as it's there. Not a shot. You handle the bald thing really well.
I was
You're like a
fortunate
pro.
when my hair started to fall out that I had an evenly shaped head enough
Yeah.
that it was like, it was, I really felt a little upbeat, a little uplifted from that, because there's nothing horrifying, no matter what. You could have a law degree and be a neurosurgeon, but if your head's a little lumpy bumpy, you're fucking Rocky Dennis, okay? You're a retard. Mushy spot, I don't know, you're never gonna shake anything soft. You know,
Pumpkinhead.
those poor kids that get their, because their heads are so big, the doctor gets in there with those C-clamps and starts tying it to a winch of a tow truck to get your head, snap your mother's pelvis in half, tear down all the electrical.
Pinky jealous. Miss you, Mom.
Hey,
Well, my head though is that way. My head's huge. I can't do the bald thing. It would look so messed up.
you would
Like-
totally look freakish.
Oh, I would, yeah. Like,
You'd
more so.
actually have to grow twice as long beard
Yeah.
just to go full Gandalf. You know what I mean?
Gonna go on Rick Rubin.
Congratulations on not getting your fucking girlfriend pregnant over COVID. Woo! Woo! They never hand out those medals.
That's right.
There's a lot of guys that were like, we fucked a lot.
Yeah, no.
Irresponsibly and randomly.
Yeah.
There was no clock, no contraceptive, no class. I'm not judging you, but there was a lot of people there that were locked in the nesting area of their relationship, living together.
Yeah.
And things get a little caveman around the house. You know, just one day, no one's got pants for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're always half hard because you think there's going to be a fuck or a fight going down.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck her fights.
Right? That's usually how it goes.
Fucking we fighting.
When you confine people in small spaces with nothing to do except deal with each other, you start to go down on the rung of evolution. Next thing you know, you're eating your own shit and raping your dog. You know what I mean?
That's just Tuesday for me.
That's just a slow Wednesday, month 2.
Place dog with cats and win business.
So, smaller town than Moncton's. I think we checked that out. It's a small.
It is.
I want to say fishing village, but there hasn't been fish in that part of the water. in what, 30 years?
That water's toxic.
50?
I don't know how long, but it's just a mud pool now. It's funny because it's a tourist attraction. Like, people come out just to see this thing.
Oh, I heard a hard out.
Oot.
I heard a hard out. I'm gonna start to sound more Canadian as this moves along.
Well, it's funny, even in the car right here. I just got in the car and I was like,
car.
hey, car.
That's a
in
fucking
the
East
car,
Coast
guys.
fucking car.
I got in the fucking caravan. I said, bye, I gotta go to.
That's that Irish, Boston,
Yeah.
Canada Irish, you know, the R's.
Yeah.
Is that what you were saying?
Forgot.
Now you live and do comedy in a very, I don't know, would you consider it like what would be an equivalent to a flyover state here in the U.S.?
Moncton?
Just that the the East Coast of Canada, like all the way on that coastline. Like, what kind of tourism do you get?
Tourism?
Like,
A
who's
lot of-
coming to check out New Brunswick besides angry French Canadians from Montreal?
Well, actually, it's funny because in St. John, there's
A lot of French, by the way.
Oh yeah.
A lot of French.
But it's that real rednecky, like kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah, it's not nice. It's not a nice French.
No, it really isn't at all.
And I'm only saying that because I've discussed this with people from France, and they don't even acknowledge it as a language.
They should.
They're actually appalled. They kind of hold their chest like, ugh. I can't imagine what it sounds like to them.
Oh, I can't either. Like, I thought I was having a stroke when I first heard it. Like, I was
Probably
like, oh my
like
God,
idiocracy,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like a savage, downsy kind of broken
Downsy, yeah.
slang. You know.
There's the $1 million word. Down.
There we go. Okay, switch sides again.
No, it's okay.
All this this 26 years in show business, my wrists have gotten really soft.
Okay.
Speaking of New Brunswick, I had brought up to you before that my family on my father's side are all from Petitcodiac.
Petitcodiac, yeah.
Which is about a 30-minute drive from Moncton, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. I really enjoy it there. And again, until you hear the French, I was really kind of hoping on getting some property in the area and do some sort of cabin Airbnb or something that I'd live in a few months out of a year, but
that'd be the spot to do it.
I'm looking more possibly up around Algonquin Park.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think that would be the better
God, you're becoming a New Brunswick
thing. I got a friend up there from high school who started his own log home building company.
Oh yeah?
And near North Log Homes. Fuck. Anyway, during COVID, when I was back in Canada, I was going nuts, and I called him and said, "Listen, can I come and work for you for free? I gotta get out of here, man."
Can I come work for free?
Yeah. And he's like, yeah. So I got there and I said, "What's the worst job here?" He goes, "Well, you see those 100 trees that are downed in a pile there? That are about, I don't know, from here to that tree long?"
Yeah.
He goes, "I need all the bark off that. I can show you how to do it with the axe." And I'm like, "Don't you have a machine that just draws?" I've watched enough nature shows and fucking protests in Canada to know how they strip those trees. She goes, no, this is we got a lot of heavy equipment here, but mostly sawing, heavy duty. A bandsaw that it's got to be a fucking as much as an elephant in steel on this thing. And I stripped logs, and then the chickens would come in behind me and get all the fucking termite larvae.
Oh god.
It was a slaughter. I almost took the head off of them a couple of times because they get in deep. They have no fear, right?
I got a bird phobia. Just the very mention because my skin's crawl out in there.
Oh really?
I hate them all. I hate birds.
You hate birds?
I do. Can't. I don't know what it is. I've never had a bad experience with them, but ever since I was a kid, they get under my skin. Like I get like physically, like my body goes into full-on shock like when they get too close to comfort. Like,
were you stuck in a confined space and attacked by a bird? Was somebody sick a bird on you or something?
that's what I don't know. Like I don't know if I just repressed the memory or something.
Yeah,
like that,
it could be something gnarly.
Like. Because one of my earliest memories is I remember being a kid going to like some farm with my family, and there was like a chicken, and I remember like it was kind of like walking towards me in this weird like unbalanced kind of way, and it freaked me right out. But I remember even then like just having like just that immediate reaction to it. But I don't know if it's something I just like repressed or some reincarnation shit or something. Or
it's in your DNA. It's in the DNA.
That's actually my girlfriend and I, like when one of the reasons we get along so well, one of the things that kind of clicked at first was she told me she has a bird phobia too. She was the first person I've ever talked to who had a bird phobia as well.
Well, here's the game show. You and your girlfriend locked in a dark room full of 50 angry, hungry parrots. And the first one to leave doesn't get the $100,000.
First one to leave doesn't get.
Who's out first? These parrots are going fucking nuts. And you'd step in and they shut the light off.
I think she's out first. I do. Like
you gotta do at least an hour.
Yeah,
to be eligible for the $100,000. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just you have to commit to the hour.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one.
There's a big red button.
I do still say she'd be the
open
first
the
one to
door.
go. Like,
there's a button that opens the door, but it opens the door to more angry parrots.
Yeah.
Every 10 minutes. It's like Squid Games.
Well, she has the more badass reaction to them. Like she actually, well, not really badass, but
more combative.
More combative, yeah, with them. So I think like I don't know, maybe she would, but at the same time, she has the more of a tendency to run. I mostly freeze, so I would probably just be in shock. I can, yeah.
Fuck. Now, what are we talking about as far as look? Bird flying overhead, maybe a little too close for comfort. Now, I mean not at you, but above you. A little one of these. Oh, a little whoopsie-doo for him. What is that on a 1 to 10?
That's like a
Okay, so a 3.
Yeah,
a solid
about a
3.
To me, it's the bigger ones. Like it's like things
the
like
size.
turkeys and fucking vultures. I hate.
What about an owl right up the back of your
See,
shirt?
I don't mind owls.
Personality.
They do.
And you guys have the same barber, too.
It only takes so few. I don't know what it is about owls. I like them. I always think of them as like cats with wings. Like they do have the personality, and I like crows. The crows are kind of cool, but just certain ones like, I'm like, oh man.
Do not be deceived, my friend. What you're experiencing here, those crow-like birds that you're seeing, are crackles.
Crackles.
I thought they were grackles, and then someone goes, no, they're crackles.
Okay.
So, what the deal is here is I bet you they're almost as smart as a sharp crow.
Really?
But they're not. And they scream. They scream and they scream. Oh, we'll hit one, definitely. It's the most popular bird, I think, in the city, by far, outnumbered. And then there's some vigilante gang of retarded parrots. yeah, they're pet store retards. If somebody let them escape, and there's about 500 of them, and they just come into the trees and scream and scream and scream. It's fucking insane. You feel like you're gonna put your face through a window. Just dinosaurs. Just know that if you've fallen dead under that tree, that they would pick your bones clean.
Well, they're parrots too, so they'll say shit too. Like,
oh yeah, about your family. Your mother sucks cocks in hell. And the head spins around. Damn you, Malachi. It's nice and warm here.
it is. I love these.
Could you get used to the low of 25 and a high of 42?
I could.
Yeah.
I love.
I thought you were going to be way fatter when you got here. Did you dump some weight?
I did.
Yeah, I think you dropped like 30 pounds from when I met you, right?
Yeah.
You were blown out.
That's a little bit. Yeah. A little on the chubby side. Yeah.
No, but
again, here
you
comes
were
the repressed
Canadian
memory.
fat.
It's the Canadian fat.
Yeah,
the
you
extra
had a
layer.
gut. You just had a beer gut.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Now I'm slimming
this
out.
is how it goes down in Canada. There's a weird time in a man's life between the age of 18 and 30 that he gets all of a sudden you get a little peek into the future because you drank 600 bottles of beer over the summer and wonder why you stop riding your bicycles since you're a kid or keep being active, you know what I mean? And you start to get a beer gut. And you're like, what the fuck? Where's my belt buckle?
Yeah, it
I'm
happens
not even
fast.
30. Yeah, you just blow out on Canadian beer. And the face, you turn into the clown from Spawn.
Oh, yeah.
John Lemon said, Violator.
Every time you fart, a demon gets its wings.
Yeah. Great movie, by the way.
Spawn's amazing.
I met Spawn.
Did you really?
Yes.
Get out.
Yes.
Where'd you meet him at?
I'm glad you have some nerd tendencies.
I got a lot of nerd
Okay.
tendencies.
You've been holding it down pretty good lately, playing it cool. But
They're coming out.
again, Russell Peters' house has always been a kind of like, I wonder who's going to be there, and it could be
really?
anybody.
Yeah.
And that dude, I can't remember his name, but I know he's more popular on some more recent stuff on Netflix.
Okay.
He's on a bunch of movies and stuff, a series. More recent fame, opposed to a movie that he did in what, 96? Mm-hmm. It was fun, 96?
I think it was like 95, 96.
Yeah, so I'm like, I almost yelled. I had to cover my mouth. I'm like, that's Spawn. And they're like, yeah, he did that too. And I'm like, no, that's fucking Spawn.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck too. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know I don't know that dude's name, but that is Spawn.
He came back from hell, okay?
Oh, I get goosebumps. Him and Blade.
Oh, Blade was nice, yeah. I love the Blade.
Oh, fuck, man. I wanted to live. What was it, the second one with the rave?
Yeah, no, I think it was the first one.
Was it first one? What an opening scene.
Oh, yeah, when the sprinklers go off and it's blood. And, like, that was one of the coolest
But the whole
fucking
thing where the guy kind of coming through the slaughterhouse, looking, and he's like, is that a body? What the fuck is that, You know you're fucked up. It's 5 a.m. in New York or wherever, and you with some girl in her underwear with a see-through raincoat, and all she says is, I have an unquenchable thirst for cum. And she lets out the biggest pussy fart you've ever heard in your life. She looks like I'm open for business. Right? So you do a big flat line off the top of the toilet in the shitter. Well, she's trying to tongue the hair off your taint, right? And she goes, I got a place we can go. And you're like, fuck, this ain't Kansas anymore. And they fucking eat them. That's how it happens. If it's too good to be true, kids, it is.
You're gonna get eaten.
You're gonna get it fucking eaten.
Fucking eaten.
And first of all,
Shit I've forgotten.
bring backup.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm
I won't go check this place out by myself.
There's
I'm
a
not gonna
girl
tell anybody I'm here.
driving towards us on a mountain bike. I'm gonna throw the GoPro selfie stick in the front spokes. America's funniest home video. Here comes 10 grand. Boom! Oh, it sucks going over the handlebars.
Oh,
It's really bad.
happened to it.
Oh, a bunch of shit, you know, and not to mention there's so much extreme sports falls on social media right now. You can see 101 ways on how to break your wrist in like one scroll. I've got like in my right arm here, all across. They filleted my arm all through there, opened it up like a fucking fish's gut.
Yes.
And
You have like an exoskeleton or something in there?
more or less, there's about probably a good pound of steel in my arm.
Yeesh.
And you can feel if you put your finger, you might be sick, put your finger where my finger is. Here.
Oh, wow.
Feel the pin?
Yeah.
It's one of the little needle ends.
It's like the Terminator. It's like you're gonna peel the skin off. It's just going to
When I saw the X-ray, it had a lot of those kind of features. I'm like, oh, we're totally getting robot bodies. Come on.
Where's mine?
This is the most like.
Mine sucks, okay? Like,
Yes. Okay, well let's nerd it down even more.
nerd it down. Oh,
What
yeah.
kind of body are you gonna go for when they give you? And I'm not talking VR shit. I mean tactile. You get to the only thing that you can't monitor because your human DNA has to be intact. So had to be some non-physical stuff that would be unnegotiable with the process.
Okay, so like what my body's
Your
gonna
fear of birds. It's still
gone.
a thing.
Yeah.
But you shoot lasers out of your fingers, so
And I
those
look-
birds are fucked.
And I look like 1970s Clint Eastwood, so everything's good.
Well, let's just say, okay, so you got a feature on your Tesla body.
Tesla
Oh,
body.
that would look pretty cool. I picture that more of a, let's go with this. Tesla body, okay?
Yeah.
It's a cross between the Stormtrooper and an iPhone. But it's all Iron Man-esque.
Yeah.
What do you do with the face? Do you take the whole head off and everything?
Take the whole head off.
Like, do you keep the face?
I'd keep the face. I like the face.
Okay.
I think I don't know, it's that kind of menacing kind of thing. It just looks more badass because I want people to remember that it's me.
So are you framed around this part of your face like RoboCop?
Yeah.
With a visor over the eyes for like extra shit to see?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Okay.
I'm keeping the beard too. Like it will.
Okay. Now-
Jesus.
Look, I'm sorry to say after, you can't do the comic book shit. You don't get to fly.
Can't do the what?
Can't do the comic book stuff yet. You can't fly.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, if I fly, I'll run into more birds. So I don't think.
yeah, but you also have a feature on your body that it fires a hypnotic thing where birds get aggravated by, like deer whistle, like a deer whistle.
It releases like a sonar thing that only they can hear.
Ooh, be insult to injury. Maybe you turn into a golden eagle.
Scoven eagle.
Yeah,
Scovulture.
yeah, golden eagle.
Fucking wings extended.
Yeah,
Be like what's his name?
the black
Marvel
dude
guy.
from DC.
Yeah.
He's now going to be Captain America now or something.
Oh, is he?
I think he's doing. He gave him a shield at the end, so on and so forth.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna go this way.
All right, cool. Behind them, I'm
So
not-
nice.
I always love like how many of these I see like laying down on the side blocks.
It is quite nice, right?
Yeah. It's like, rain or something. Or...
Can't swim in this because of the bat poop. But apparently,
poop?
oh, where we're doing that sketch is over here in the sandbar. I should have posted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
nice.
we're going to do the baptisms over here.
Are there bats like under there? Something?
The bats are down more.
Nice.
Are you aware of what goes on here at dusk?
No, I'm not.
Like, it goes Gotham City.
Really?
There, for whatever reason, due to the construction of the bridge,
Yeah.
was a perfect nesting place for this breed of bat.
Yeah.
And they found safety and kind of a home in this groove underneath. I guess their feet hang perfect or whatever. Coat hangers. Well, these fuckers, when the sun goes down, I don't know, fucking millions of them, just darken the sky, just take off.
Really?
Like Morbius.
Ooh.
Yeah, like Morbius.
How have you not gotten a picture of you like standing there with a bunch of bats like flying around?
It's on the list. It's
Oh, is
on
it?
the list. Yeah,
Like, that's
totally.
perfect. You should be like hanging upside down underneath or something.
The problem is I got to do it from the shoreline. But the thing is with bats, unless you get facial detail or something, you're kind of, look, you can create the same effect with the same shot with no bats, with Photoshop,
Yeah.
you know. But definitely, I thought it was a joke because I'd ride my bike down the path and I'd see the bat symbol. And I'm like, kind of weird, eh? Look at bats there. You know, ducks on the ponds feeding. And then I found out it was the markers towards the bat bridge. So when the sun goes down, it gets dark. And this is how commerce and nature come together.
Thanks.
When commerce and nature come together, he had a boat, tourism boats they have, and then they shine red lights under the bridge to wake up the bats.
Holy
And
crap.
it's like, welcome to show business, everybody up and at 'em. Game time, ladies, go, 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 go.
Should be like playing some really intense like classical music over speakers like dun, 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 dun.
So now you've got 400 tourists crowded up on a bridge from all over the world to see 1 million bats fly up into the Austin night with another 1,000 people on boats and red flashlights trying to wake up flying rats that carry a disease in their stool that has poisoned the water that they can't swim in to sell keychains. What a deal! What a deal! The rats are laughing. They can't believe it. They're like, it's showtime. Get your assholes ready. A couple of them down there got their mouths open. Let's go, let's go.
The rats have their own little lights they shine up.
Yeah. They're
Wakey.
They're flicking blue lights at them. Yeah, big red lights, floodlight, and they're just flagging the ceiling of the bridge. It's pretty funny to see somebody have to get up for work. Yeah.
Make the morning drive a little more menacing, heart and soul. I work in hell.
What do you think of this consistent sunlight? Like that part of the country where you're living? Look, you get nice summers. Winters are pretty brutal.
Oh yeah.
But
We get like 1 month of summer.
overcast. Yeah, it is, right?
But that's like why I never complain about the heat or anything. We only get like 1 month of it.
Thank you. That's why we're
1 month
walking.
of it. Yeah.
You know how many people I can't get to do this?
Oh, seriously?
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
They know with me, too. I've had a couple guys be upset by the end of it because they were heat
Be upset.
stroke and still fat. You fucking slobs.
They shall
Fruit.
be nameless or
Oh, Wheezy and Fatso. Yeah. Did you take on any new and improved habits 2020?
Like during COVID?
Yeah.
Not really. Things are kind of like business.
Is your lifestyle, like you kind of locked in? Look, it's a test in your relationship, especially when you guys are kind of doing the same gig.
Yeah.
Not like there's competitiveness in the house, but you're kind of like having the same growing pains together as comics. Like, fuck, man, when are we going to be on stage again? Like, I don't know.
Well,
I kind of had a plan to do this for a while, and now they're telling us we're out of business for standing in public.
Well, that was the hardest part, like for both of us too, was during it was no comedy. Like I was starting to feel it. Like I was getting very antsy, very agitated, and just really like more like
Twitch.
inward and then like they, those online horse shit. I did a couple of them just to kind of like keep the
Total
ball
horse
rolling.
shit.
But they are the
What
worst.
kind of ball, though?
Yeah.
What ball are you rolling, man? A ball of newspaper into a litter box. Look, I know you're trying to look, I'm going to commit to the craft. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put myself out there. This is where the wind's blowing me. But look, I did a friend's birthday party, and it was a disaster.
On Zoom? Or?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was more or less a roast-y kind of like best wishes type thing. And
it's so awkward on him.
it's terrible. And me, you got like 6 squares, and then Mr. Shit Whiskers blowing up the spot. Terrible. And then you got some guy and his sister's cousin, and they got their aunt in the background, and I'm saying cunt hard with the T.
I think you'd be hilarious in one of those because like normally they like cut out the laughter for background sound. So when you're in a comedy club saying the shit that you do, like in the laughter, then people are like, oh, it's comedy. But when you're just saying it, there's no laughing. It looks like a manifesto or something.
Oh, it's more of a hate crime.
Yeah. Just staring straight into the camera.
It's called Exhibit A in court.
Exhibit A.
Did you see? Let's go to the clip. There's just 3 hours of me yelling at some guy's grandparents. Jump, 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 jump.
Jump. You move the whole show to like the bridge or something. The whole crowd's just there watching some guy on the edge of it.
Get the bats, Grandma.
You know you wanted this. I know you got him.
New Brunswick.
Have you experienced much backlash here from audience or like any like one get really pissed off or?
Dude, I tell everybody, they go, what's Austin like? I go, I'm making white women in their 20s laugh for the first time in 20 years. Sorry,
wow.
10 years.
Oh wow.
10 years. When I left England, this sensitivities started to kind of show them this two-headed whore. I started to get critiques in clubs and letters that I'd never had years earlier. And I was like, this is weird. But some of them were generally conservative markets. Wealthy Brits.
Okay.
I remember just like Tunbridge Wells. I'd asked them if they had what they did for jobs, and they laughed because they hadn't had jobs for generations. They laughed. I'm like, totally that. It was insane, and I couldn't be hating. They slaughtered a lot of people. Game of Thrones.
They had some red weddings.
And then I show up in the belly of the beast. I literally moved from London, England to Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York. And I am like literally bombing every night.
Oh wow.
Which was like the early hipster colony.
Okay.
Brooklyn and Silver Lake, California, West. Williamsburg, East Coast, hipster, and it was weird too because I was asking about events and things, and my friend goes, "Go on the Metal Vegan website."
Yeah.
And I grew up with Metallica and Slayer, all those thrash metal bands. They were killing their album covers. They were committing suicide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was no vegan anything.
I think in Rain and Blood, you see the Pope like burning in a fucking pool of blood there. Yeah.
Deicide, it goes on and on and on. So to see, and then the tattoo as an art form, which was more or less a warning for society. To fuck, give me a little distance. That's why I have a snake on my throat.
Yeah.
Right? Became almost like sticker art.
Yeah.
And some brilliant artists really took the cool and turned it into a fucking airbrush, for fuck's sake. Like when I started seeing people duplicate all that H.R. Geiger stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I see full sleeves. I was like,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, he did some really cool Geiger shit.
Yeah.
I love his.
And then
artwork.
Paul Booth, his flip on it had this kind of freehand horror. I had a little biomechanical, more of a wet, pussy, maggoty bone, flesh, where Geiger had a very distinct biomechanical, very sexualized.
Very.
Which really put my sexual. I remember one of the few memories I have of my father. He'd taken me to a barber shop where he got his hair cut. And you got to figure this is like 77? 77? In Hamilton, Ontario, with my father, who's from Petty, in a barber shop in Hamilton. There's pornography all over the place. Okay. It was like a Texas whorehouse in there. It was insane. Amongst car magazines,
Damn.
you know, it was a man's garage. It smelled really different. And I remember just going in there.
I like that.
I got hair on my balls just by being in that room as a toddler. It was all dudes.
I had puberty at 2 years old because of this.
And I look towards the available seats, and all it is pussies and tits. Because the guys are just, you know, they're sitting on. Some of them are dropping them on their chairs and getting up to their seat.
Yeah.
And I had to pick a seat out of pure embarrassment of like not worried about being sexually aroused. Just me labeled as a pervert, I think. There was nothing wrong with those naked ladies.
Yeah, no.
And you gotta figure this is 1970s porn. You couldn't even see there was no pink. In my day, it was just a squirrel tail.
See, I like that. I like the 70s bush.
You know what? I've had a recent lady I was with. I made her grow it out like your beard.
Oh, there you go. See, I like that. Thank you. Yes.
Well, how old are you? 30?
I'm 35.
35.
36.
Okay. Yeah. So there was wisps in the wind, little rumors about there used to be a lot of hair down there when we were young men. You're like, I want the hair. They're like, they're shaving it. You'll never come back from that.
Well, I learned from it from like the puberty videos they showed you in school because they always showed like them with pubic hair, and I'm like, oh yeah. And then like years later, like ripping down someone's panties, and it's like bare, like it just looks like a 13-year-old's fucking ass or something. And I was just like, oh god. I don't know. I don't like the hairless look, man. I don't.
No.
It doesn't do anything for me.
No. I want very puberty-based ladies. I want a girl that's hard on the puberty.
Hard on the puberty.
Yeah.
Right there.
You know what I mean? Even on her at the end of her golden years of like pre-menopausal.
Yeah.
That's how I like my puberty.
Menopausal.
Just a fucking crazy whore.
Crazy hairy pussy whore.
Yeah. Some cave woman.
Cave woman.
Yeah, I think that's my type. I think that's my type. Is some girl with mud on her toes and a bad attitude.
I just imagine your fantasies like a Game of Thrones style Flintstones or something. It's very sexualized.
Oh yeah.
Which would be kind of hot as we're talking about it.
Food like fun.
Ooh, yeah.
That was another disturbing thing in my youth, is seeing Fritz the Cat.
Yeah, we all remember first time seeing Fritz.
I just assumed anything that was on television from the 60s or 70s was going to be passé and kind of boring. You look at mainstream television in the 70s and the 80s, no one saw Jackass coming down. You know what I mean? They're in the honeymooners. They're like, they're going to kick each other in the balls. Yeah, these guys are going to be millionaires and die in car accidents. It's going to be wild.
Some of them become alcoholic.
Yeah, no.
You get kicked out of the game.
Yeah, there was never a pitch meeting over those decades for the Jackass series. You know.
All right, guys, hear me out.
Yeah.
We're going to put uncooked meat in his ass crack.
This is after Tom Green got kicked out of the meeting for jerking off a horse in a screenplay.
In the screenplay?
No, well,
or it was in the... Yeah, okay.
Freddie got fingered.
Freddie got fingered, yeah, that was it, yeah. Yeah.
Amazing film.
Oh, it is, yeah. He takes, like, was it the dead deer, and he's, like, wearing it. What a guy.
What a pioneer.
Where's he at now?
He's bought a farm outside of Ottawa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool, he's still in Canada.
Yeah. I was at his house with Neil Hamburger and Andrew Dice Clay.
Neil Hamburger, wow. And Dice Clay, wow.
On acid. Now I'm saying those guys.
Shit.
My friend and his girlfriend come over. He's a comedian podcaster from Sweden.
Yeah.
And him and his lady come over to hang out. I go, listen, if you're coming to America, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the calendar. You go to America during 4th of July, right? You want to see them at their most volatile, loud.
Can't wait.
You gunpowder and fire, right? See, as a Canadian, you know crazy fucking Maritimers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's no, and they sleep on us. We're a little more not as flagrant about our fucking redneck shit.
Yeah. No, Canada's just all out there.
But it's there. It's just a different flavor. But America, look it, they got it down. It's all Monster Energy drink.
Oh man.
And fucking gunpowder. It trucks.
They do like everything, just like the volume turned right up. Like, it's
there's no Nitro Circus in Canada.
Nitro Circus.
There's never going to be a Nitro Circus in Canada. Which, by the way, Canada Day is in like 15 hours?
It is, right. It is. I completely forgot about that.
Yet the only thing we're talking about is somebody getting shot on the 4th of July.
No one's getting shot on July 1st.
This guy's got quite an interesting setup. He's got about 13 chihuahuas that live with him in his car. But they all perch themselves all over the top. Look at them. They're all getting up. Look at them. Get them, Whiskers.
So cute.
That's great. Oh, there's a manhole cover over here where those fucking parrots come down to feed. There must be something going on.
What come down the feed?
Those parrots.
Those retarded parrots?
Yeah. Oh, everyone thinks, Jason's just making it up. No. Some jackass dumps a 50-pound bag of birdseed here, and what happens is crackles, a little bit of pigeon, but those fucking parrots will blacken out the sky and scream like all your dead grandmothers all at once. It's the most fucking nightmarish shit. I hate it when they scream.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I hate. The sounds they make. Oh god. Something about the parrot's talons too. Oh, they gross me out. Ugh.
There's the dinosaur aspect of it.
Yeah, I think that might be
like
it.
A lizard with feathers. It's a little unnerving.
But I'm not scared by lizards though at all. Like it's weird.
A lot of little cute little lizards. You'll see them hopping around at the base of the tree.
Oh, really?
They're about that long, yeah.
Aw.
There's no shortage of wildlife here.
Like snakes?
We're gonna get Canadian right now and talk about trees and animals.
The other day I saw a birch tree, eh?
Fuck it, eh there, bud.
Okay, the leaves already started falling. What do you know, eh?
All right, give me, what does somebody from Prince Edward Island sound like?
Prince Edward Island? They sound a lot very maritime. They sound like me.
Yeah. No, I've heard way thicker. Your accent's like, not even, you've got the twang and the phrasing and stuff to it. But there's some parts of that country where you can't understand. It may as well be Gaelic.
Oh, exactly. Well, that was one of the things my girlfriend said when we first started dating. She's like, I love your accent. And I'm thinking in my mind, I was like, all right, she finds it sexy.
I'm drunk, you bitch. It's not an accent. It's a cultural disposition.
You sat here and you watched me drink this entire case.
Yeah. I like your accent, Mr. Jack Daniels.
But I was like, oh, she thinks it's sexy. She's like, no, it's so hickish. I'm like...
She always wanted to get banged by a farmer. What's the matter
That
with you?
explains some of the sex games.
Are you telling me you're classless, my love?
You're classless.
You just want some low life under you?
Some low life.
She's from the big city. She's like, I need to get a simple man.
And she found one. She was gonna dress like the inbred kid with the banjo and Deliverance.
Are y'all vlogging?
No, we're fishing.
Why do you have a GoPro then?
This is a fishing rod.
Ah, nice.
Ah, fuck. I got the wrong one. I got
Silly you!
the wrong. This is not a fishing rod. It's not a fishing rod.
Not a fishing rod, guys.
Fucking
I like that.
Some-
The guy like almost accepted it too. You're like, yeah, it's my fishing rod. He's like, oh, okay.
wild. I don't know.
This is so nice. Dude.
Yeah, and I'm not even. We can beep this out later, but flower season's coming up. So this whole grass here,
Yeah.
there's all flower patches that are coming up after they've clearly cut this grass down. But this whole grass bed will be all these. I guess what is it? Texas? It's like the flower state or something. I don't know. I know that they clearly have got some sort of marriage to flowers.
Oh, I love flowers
because
too.
it's all through here. Yeah, they're so great. I see so many.
Amazing.
And not a lot of insects. We were laughing about those fucking bats earlier, but that's what keeps the population down too. Like you're not swatting flies.
They're on the clock.
It gets so hot here, it dries up all the mosquito puddles.
All the remains.
Fishing. See, I had to bite
just
my
talking-
lip and just kind of keep it civilized.
It was so weird because we were just talking about like maritime shit and stuff. Like, you boys fishing there? We got some big crowd over here, guys.
Fucking hell.
This catches the flying ones, you know.
Do you smoke cigars?
I do. I enjoy cigars.
This is day 2 for you here in Austin.
It is. I'm loving it.
You got up at the Lucky Duck last night.
I did.
Which is nice. And now, do you have a show tonight? What day is it? Oh, you gonna go by
Thursday.
the secret show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just gotta show up. And,
Yeah, I'll get you into that, no problem.
oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, don't worry. You're not going to pay to go to shows.
Yeah.
The only problem is if you want to go to Rogan's show, they're really hard on the security and shit. There's so many shitheads around.
Oh, okay.
And so security is very tight, especially with phones and things.
Like imagine with him too, because he's so polarizing. Like he's got some crazy ass people.
Well, yeah, and it's not even that from the show. It's the stuff after the show. You've got people that are fanned out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
freaking out.
The obsessed part. Yeah.
You know, you get the most popular platform in the world, and you
It's like yeah.
you just had somebody move it. He just moved into everyone's home in their ears.
Like he's more of a household name he is now. Because I remember back, I don't know, like when I first started like hearing about him, it was kind of this underground kind of vibe to it. But right now he is a household name, mostly due to the controversy that he has. But
Yeah, well, he had those numbers before controversy. The controversy just took it to the mainstream, and then the mainstream measured it and made a decision. And the people spoke, and they said, no, we're not buying that narrative that Joe Rogan is a racist asshole.
no, it's not at all. Like,
There's enough info, and I've been around the guy for like, I don't know, a decade plus, and I've never seen anything but a friendly face in the comedy community, especially in LA, where those stick out a lot, the genuine ones, because there's a lot of fake. And as far as, you know, I had a good lifestyle in Hollywood for over a decade, and saw the rise and fall. I really watched the tide, because when I'd first come down there, I went to the store and It looked like the club had been abandoned.
Oh wow.
It was wild. I didn't know anyone worked there. The audiences were dead. And then cut to...
Are they still getting the same kind of names they were getting?
No. It was like run by homeless people. And the old school comics, there was no new blood. And it was bad. It was bad. Anyway, it slowly built itself up into this, I don't know how many thousands of people were coming through that door as paid customers a month. But you got a 400-seater, 120-seater, and a 70-seater, doing about 50 shows a week. It's pretty wild to see 500 people waiting so 500 more people can come out to watch whoever they could get tickets for. It didn't matter. They had a Comedy Stores ticket and they knew it was going to be a good show. And sure enough, you look at the old Instagram, that's how you go through. You go backwards through the Instagram at the Comedy Store, and because they'd post the lineups, right? So you could see. But again, if you're a struggling young comic competing with the biggest names maybe ever in stand-up comedy, I was there. There's a picture. They wrote a story about it, and I took a photo. But Tiffany Haddish, Russell, and Joe, and a few other people. There was like Ferrari, Lamborghini.
Wow.
It was insane. On like a Tuesday.
Oh, jeez.
And you're trying to claim a spot on that lineup.
Yeah.
These people are in blockbuster movies and selling out stadiums around the world.
Hey,
and you've got 5 minutes from Nebraska. You're fucked. So
COVID sucks, huh?
I don't miss any of that at all.
Yeah, and chances are, like, signing up for those, you end up following one of them, and like, good luck.
In 5 years, you might be lucky enough to have to follow one of them.
Yeah.
I had to follow Chappelle at the Laugh Factory 5 nights in a row after he'd do 4 hours.
4 hours?
He was up to 6.5 by the end of the week.
Oh my god.
Him and fucking Dane. I don't know what happened there, but if Dave had come in, Dane would show up the next day and do a longer set. And then Dave would show up and do a longer set. I don't know what was going on there, but it's odd to see two people coincidentally doing record stand-up hours.
Like 4 hours.
6 by the end of it.
Jeez. I remember, I think it was on that Comedy Store documentary.
Stand-up, and I mean standing on stage. I don't know how much of it was actually stand-up. But
Yeah. So I remember, I think it was on the Comedy Store documentary, talked to Dice Clay. They moved him to like late at night, and he just spent like 2 hours yelling at this like couple that were sitting at a table. They were the only ones there.
He'll do that this week. There, he'd do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
That was one of my
loved to
highlights
see
of my career. Is Dice on stage, me walking in the store, all like, wow. This is wild. They just let me walk through here.
Oh,
I'm a comedian. Wow. And then you hear Dice screaming about fat pussies. And I couldn't believe it. I was so happy. I'm like, I'm
so
home.
happy.
I'm home.
My road leads here.
He'd be on the road, and then he'd come back and do spots at the club pretty regularly. He'd disappear again for a minute, do something else.
I'd love to see Dice.
He was here last year around this time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Wilmot was telling me a funny story because he was telling me about it was that ventriloquist, like George and Otto, I think.
Otto and George.
Otto and George, and like the pup.
I did the Just for Laughs festival with him and Patrice.
Oh really?
Nick DiPaolo, Joe DeRosa, Patrice O'Neill.
Oh, is that the Nasty Show clip?
Yeah.
That's on? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Otto and George were on that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was insane.
They're funny.
And the French Canadians were like, "What the fuck is this?" We're like, "We love puppets." That wasn't very good French accent. Look at the dirty hippies and they're raw.
Oh. Just gotta rearrange them. You're summoning something, man. I made it to a pentagram.
I like to get in the water and just run towards families, screaming. That's one of my favorite things. I get a running start and I just plow into the water and screaming, thrashing my head on top of the wall.
Just all this water splashing up as you do it. That would look so menacing. Oh, I want to see that now.
It's terrifying.
I'll go out in a canoe with the camera and just like.
Well, this is the thing, is they'll shoot you here.
Yeah.
For fucking around.
Yeah, that's for fucking around.
Yeah. That's why no one's honking their horns or yelling at each other.
Yeah.
'Cause someone will get blasted. John?
Hello?
What's on your list here?
What's on
Barbecue, of course, right?
Barbecue, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So tomorrow we're gonna meet up with the gang and we're gonna hit our JNL
Oh, is that the one you sent?
barbecue, yeah,
Insta,
and
yeah.
go and smash some fucking dude. Look, when you go barbecue, I traditionally do red meat,
I do too.
right?
Yeah.
But they got this fucking smoked turkey, buddy. I'll tell you. First of all, they give you a knife. You never use it.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's that good. Potato salad. They got green beans. They do this some sort of jalapeno thing they barbecue.
Ooh.
Smoked jalapeno.
Ooh.
Yeah. And and don't sleep on the beans either. They go beans, and I'm like, nah, fuck the beans.
Beans
well,
are
they
good.
didn't
I
have
like beans.
they didn't have green beans one day.
Yeah.
And I said, I take the beans. Big chunks of thick smoked bacon in the fucking beans, buddy. With about as much fat as there is meat on it. Yeah.
I'm gonna die tomorrow.
And they're bigger bean too. It's a nice bean. And it isn't, sometimes they get a little heavy on the molasses and it gets a little too sweety, like a
I kinda
candy.
like that though.
This is just a... And Dairy Queen's next door for milkshakes.
Oh, there you go.
So I'll sleep in the bathtub tonight. But yeah, I have to, you smell barbecue wherever you walk in this town, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. So far, I've had Chick-fil-A and tacos last night.
Chick-fil-A, hands down, best nuggets.
Yeah, I had the sandwich. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's a solid fast food. We'll eventually get you down to Pete Terry's, where they do like cornbread and a root beer milkshake.
Oh shit!
A root beer
damn.
milkshake with cornbread with the I'd say top 3 chain burgers I've ever eaten in my life. And I mean, like at the look, it's their In and Out.
Yeah.
But I prefer what they got going on here more. Yeah.
In Fort Ball.
That's why I fucking had to ride my bike around town all the time and run. There's the food here. I went from, a California diet to fucking Sammy's Slatter House of Gravy.
Sammy Slatter is a great.
It was like, my body was like, oh, but I came from a meat and potato family, The vegetables were more of like, if you want to eat your dessert.
It was the threat.
Yeah, it was never pushed. Fruit, and not vegetables so much. But anyway, yeah, I know I smoked a joint, now I got the munchies. That's what's happened right here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that too.
What do you think? There's this protein shake place up the street that's really good. Do you fuck with that at all? Like,
Let's do it.
I love it too because all these Latino families, they get together for these fucking family barbecues.
Oh, that's cool.
And they're I just want to go over and go, can I have a bite of anything? It all looks amazing. My friend had a neighbors that always did a big fucking cookout with the neighbors and shit.
Oh wow.
And he was like the only gringo in the neighborhood. So he was a fat kid, and they had no shame, right? He went over there and put money down, and the man gave him a plate, and he went back into his apartment.
Wow.
He couldn't resist.
You put money down.
He put money down. Just like at the family barbecue. I don't know if there was an English speaker in the group, but when they saw that fat kid come over with money, he wasn't there for a hug.
He wasn't there for a hug. Hi. I'd love to have that much ball. Like go up with just like a wad of bills, just throw it.
Yeah.
I want it all.
There we go. I think we're both done.
Alrighty.
Would you go? Alrighty there.
Alrighty.
I can't help it. I don't mean to echo what you're saying.
No, it's all good.
I do miss some. I miss the East Coast.
Yeah.
This,
So I miss St. John. Like, I like living in Moncton, but I really miss St. John. It just has more of a character to it. Just miss the city.
it's a bigger city too, right?
It is, yeah. Yeah. Less filthy fucking French.
In this motherfucker. Day 53. Okay. Where can people find you?
They can find me at Johnny Showbiz 36 on Instagram and John Skov-Nielsen on Facebook.
Yeah, you gotta start adding some content.
I do. I suck at them.
It's like I looked at your. The best thing they could have done was cancel that other account.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that. I messaged Instagram about it. Still have heard nothing about it. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, I
All
know.
personal.
People have come after my Twitter, after my Instagram.
I gotta get better at the promotion game.
It's a fucking jungle out there, is what it is.
He's just a roustabout, shifting from town to town. No job can hold him down. He's just a knockaround.